Water sustains all life. Without water, plants, animals, and humans cannot survive. But water is also finite and needs to be protected. We are part of the water cycle. We live, work, and play in natural areas called watersheds. A watershed is an area of land catching rain and snowmelt and draining into a stream, river, or a lake. Eventually, all watersheds empty into the ocean. In Uxbridge Township, we live within several major watersheds. Flowing north into Lake Simcoe are the Pefferlaw Brook and Uxbridge Brook watersheds. And the Duffins Creek watersheds drain south into Lake Ontario. Water also percolates. It trickles down from the surface to be stored underground in aquifers. Groundwater, like this, supplies Uxbridge Township's drinking water. Rivers, lakes, streams, and aquifers are natural reservoirs that provide habitat and clean water for plants, animals, and humans. An important source of fresh water is the Oak Ridges Moraine in the southern half of Uxbridge Township. The moraine is a provincially significant geological watershed feature. It is a 10,000-year-old ridge of glacial debris left over from the last ice age, and it is the source of many freshwater streams and rivers. The moraine is southern Ontario's rain barrel. It captures fresh water through porous layers of sand and gravel and supplies drinking water for over 250,000 people. The Oak Ridges Moraine is a unique landscape rich in biodiversity, full of outstanding recreational opportunities, and essential for our common water supply. It must be protected. The quantity and quality of our water can be affected by human activity, the chemicals we use around our homes and businesses, the fertilizers and pesticides we apply to crops, the phosphorus generated by agricultural and urban activities, the bacteria from animal waste, improperly maintained or failed septic systems, and road salt. All of these pollutants can wash into our rivers and streams or seep into the ground, contaminating our water. Although in our township those potential threats are being managed, we must not become complacent. Because we are vigilant, our creeks benefit from trees, bushes, plants, and grasses, shading the water, keeping it fresh and cool, as well as supporting wildlife habitat and anchoring stream and riverbanks. When vegetation is removed, however, waterways can be overburdened with eroded soil and nutrients such as phosphorus, causing water quality to decline. When this happens, insect, fish, and aquatic plant life lose their healthy habitat, water becomes stagnant, and a once beautiful, vibrant watershed feature no longer supports life. The loss of forest habitat and the paving or hardening of surfaces can cause rainstorms to swell small streams into raging rivers, sometimes resulting in property damage or erosion. Stormwater ponds constructed in Uxbridge reduce the effects of these storm events. So how have we and our government agencies responded to these threats in Uxbridge? The Uxbridge Watershed Advisory Committee is a group of dedicated volunteers appointed by Uxbridge Township Council. We promote and support the protection of the township's water resources above and below the ground. We work with local conservation authorities and other partners to advise Township Council on watershed plans and infrastructure. We initiate projects that support environmental sustainability. We protect healthy, natural areas, and we rehabilitate those that have been degraded. Here's some of what Uxbridge Watershed Advisory Committee has accomplished. We've aggressively worked to reduce the amount of phosphorus entering the Uxbridge Brook and hence Lake Simcoe from urban stormwater. Phosphorus is a common nutrient, but it impairs the water quality of our streams, rivers, and lakes. This in turn harms fish and other aquatic life all the way to Lake Simcoe and Lake Ontario. Partnering with the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority and the Toronto Region Conservation Authority, the committee organizes yearly tree plants where local residents get their hands dirty and have a lot of fun. Across the township, streamside trees and bushes have been planted to provide shade and reduce nutrient loading. This helps keep the water cool and clean, and it helps preserve the Uxbridge Brook's cold water fishery. The committee's largest project to date has been extensive modifications to Quaker Pond. Originally built only to store stormwater, the pond has been modified by adding forebays at each end, improving its ability to remove sediments and harmful phosphorus. The committee and local schools work together on the Yellowfish Road project. We mark the catch basins in our neighborhoods to remind everyone that rainwater should be the only thing going into our storm drains. And keep an eye out for stream signs. These markers are a reminder of the need to protect the creeks, rivers, and streams under our roads. Most of downtown Uxbridge is exposed to a severe flood risk should a Hurricane Hazel event reoccur. This is due to a serious restriction caused by the old Brock Street culvert. Such a flood would cause extensive property damage, social and economic disruption, and possibly loss of life. To respond to this threat, the committee is working on a solution with the local council and Durham region. The Uxbridge Watershed Advisory Committee is proud to work with the township's 7 golf courses. Each golf course is complying with a rigorous policy developed by community volunteers and course owners to become environmentally sustainable and strictly control and limit the use of pesticides and herbicides. As a result, both surface and groundwaters are better protected from the threat of contamination. In 2010, all 7 Uxbridge golf courses were awarded the Jessica Markland Partnership Award by the Durham Environmental Advisory Committee. Each year, the Watershed Committee joins with the Uxbridge Energy Conservation Committee to grant an Environmental Heroes Award. In 2011, the Mill Run Golf Course was the winner. Mill Run removed an online pond and created a natural channel diversion. The area fishery was improved by removing a barrier to migration and by keeping the water colder. The committee and its chair have received awards from the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority in the education category for our delivery of innovative environmental education programs or services to schools, students, or the community at large. Now a few words about conservation. We need to reduce the amount of water we use at home, work, and school. The less we use, the less stress we put on our water resources. Turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Install low-flow toilets and use rain barrels. Let drought-tolerant plants bloom in your gardens and go pesticide-free. Dispose of household hazardous waste safely at a local waste management facility. And plant trees, plant lots of them. Anyone can come out and help us plant the future. Join us at our events. Get some fresh air on a watershed walk, or help us with stream cleanups. Learn about local projects at our public information centers, and find out about volunteer opportunities at www.town.uxbridge.on.ca/watershed. So come get involved with the Uxbridge Watershed Advisory Committee. Let's all work together to keep our water and watersheds clean and healthy for today and for the future generations. It's our collective responsibility. Together, we can do it.